What's up, movie fans? I'm the master of movies, Clay from the Hills Maniacs, and today I'm going to be bringing you part 5 of my updated DVD and Blu-ray collection. If you haven't already checked out parts 1 through 4, you can go check those out and then come back and watch this, because these are in alphabetical order. So if there are specific ones that you want to see, just go ahead and check out which video has those letters and see those, I guess, or just watch all of them, whichever one you want to do. This is part of S through like numbers, movies that start with numbers. And this will be the last part that has DVDs in it. The next part will be strictly Blu-rays, and the box sets of DVDs that I have. Now, I have mentioned before, normally I put my DVDs in those like black flip cases and stuff and just have the discs. So all the cases you will see in this are empty. But I wanted to show off the cases because, one, it's something different than what I normally do, and two, a lot of these cases are cool, whether it be the slip cover or just the design on the case itself. So I just kind of wanted to show those off instead of just showing off the discs in the flip case. And I took them out of these because it was easier when I was going to college to transport them like that. But like I said, this will start with part of S and go on. So go check out the other parts if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and get into this. And another note real quick, a lot of times in these previous videos I've said a lot that I haven't watched most of these movies in this set. You'll still hear me say that in this one, but probably not as much, because a lot of these movies I have seen at one point or another. And of course, one of my favorite series will be shown in this part. So I have seen a lot of these, not all of them, but you won't hear me say I haven't seen it as much. And also, I did mention before that I got a set of like random movies and stuff. So if you hear me say that at all in this one, that's what I'm referring to, and I explained that in the previous videos. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first one that this starts with is The Secret Life of Pets 2. The first one ended the previous video, so you can go check that out. I do have the first one. I have not seen this one yet. I did enjoy the first one. I heard this one wasn't as good, but I'll have to check this out because I really enjoyed the first one, and I think it was just a unique concept, just to kind of see what your pets do when you're not around. But haven't seen the second one yet. Heard it was good though. This next one was like a Walmart exclusive thing. I don't know. It just seemed interesting. It's called Secrets of the Mountain. I haven't watched this. I actually found this in Maryland where I went to school. And it's like a Walmart family moment movie night thing. It was weird. I didn't even know Walmart had this series, but this just seemed interesting, so I picked it up. Where this family basically goes looking for like a treasure or something inside a mountain. But I have not seen it yet. Next is See No Evil with WWE superstar Kane. This was a weird movie, and yet surprisingly a good movie. Just something about a guy who plays kind of like the devil himself in wrestling, playing a serial killer, just works. I mean, he basically did that for a living his whole life as a wrestler anyways. Played that evil role. So this movie was weird, but I kind of liked it. It was the first one I think I watched that had a WWE superstar other than John Cena in it. So that was kind of cool. Next is Seraphim Falls, if I pronounced that right. I just picked this up because this was a Liam Neeson movie. I haven't watched this one yet, but Liam Neeson and Pierce Brosnan, can't go wrong there, right? But no, I picked this up from my Liam Neeson collection. I just haven't watched it yet. But like I said in every other video, he's my favorite actor. I haven't watched a movie of his that I haven't enjoyed in some way, so I'll probably end up liking it anyways. Next is Serengeti. This is a documentary on the Serengeti Plains in Africa and the different animals and stuff that live there. And it's actually narrated by John Boyega, which is weird. I mean, not nothing against John Boyega. I'm just used to seeing these ones from BBC Earth narrated by David Attenborough, so I don't know why it was narrated by John Boyega, but it's still a good documentary. I love all of these ones from BBC Earth. Um, these are just great documentaries about nature and animals and stuff, and I love all of these. This one was good. It was just weird not hearing David Attenborough, but I love all of his things too, which you'll see another one later on. Next is Seven. What's in the box? Great movie. Kind of weird, but still really good movie. What is in the box? Let me know in the comments if you know what is in the box. Next is another one from BBC Earth. This is Seven Worlds, One Planet. This one is narrated by David Attenborough, and this was really good. It focused on 7 different species of animals that all share Earth as their home, and it was showing how they're being affected by other things that are happening on Earth. So it was a really good documentary, and really good showing, that our impact on Earth has an effect on other things too. Next is Seventh Son. I haven't seen this. I heard it sucked, but I found it for cheap, so I figured I'd pick it up. I just haven't watched it yet. This next one is The Shadow Man. I haven't seen this one either. I don't think I've really heard anybody talk about this either, but I found this at Walmart during Halloween, so I figured I'd pick it up and check it out, and I haven't watched it yet. I am a fan of horror stuff though, so who knows, maybe someday I'll check it out. This next one came in that set of random movies that I was telling you about. This is Shadow of Fear. I don't know anything about this. I'd never even heard of it, but James Spader is in it, so there's that. But I don't know what this is about. Next is Shaft. I basically just picked this one up for Samuel L. Jackson, because I'm trying to get all of his movies, him and Liam Neeson, and just get all of them and watch all of them, but I haven't watched that one yet either. I know I said I wouldn't say that a lot, but I'll still say it, hopefully not as much. Next is The Shallows. Really good shark movie. I know a lot of people hate on this for whatever reason. I really enjoyed it, and this shark is angry, and he has a reason to be, and I think Blake Lively does an amazing job in this movie. I liked it. I don't care. I know a lot of people don't like it, and there are a lot of shark movies out there that I don't like, for whatever reason, just because they're cheap or cheesy shark movies. You'll see some of those later on in this too, but I really enjoyed that one. And this next one I'm going to show is not a cheesy shark movie. This is a documentary on sharks, from the BBC Earth. Really good documentary here, because it's just about sharks, and they are my favorite animal, so this was really cool to watch. Very informative too, so I really like I said before, what the BBC stuff does. Next is Sicario. I haven't watched this one. Heard good things. Need to check it out. And then I have Sicario: Day of the Soldado. Haven't watched that one yet either, because why would I watch the second one if I haven't seen the first one? That doesn't make sense. Next I got at Dollar Tree. This is The Signal. I don't know what it's about, but it has this lenticular slipcover thing on it, so that's kind of cool. I don't remember what this was about, but I remembered it seemed interesting when I picked it up, so I grabbed it and I haven't watched this yet. I don't know if it's like a zombie movie or something. Another one I got from Dollar Tree. Silent War: Battles Beneath the Sea. I think this is supposed to be a documentary from BBC about submarines and how they changed warfare and stuff. So that's kind of cool, but haven't watched that yet either. This next one I got in that set of random movies again. This is the Simpsons movie. I've heard people talk bad about the Simpsons movie. I never got into the Simpsons as much, but they're still, I've seen a couple episodes and they're still funny and stuff, but I never really got into it. But I'll probably check this out. This is one I've wanted to get just to see what it was like, so that's one I'll probably check out at some point. Next is The Sixth Sense. Sorry to say, I have not seen this. I know my brothers and my dad watched this, Um, I didn't. I wasn't here when they watched it, and I still haven't watched it. This came in that set of random movies too. I haven't seen this, and I know I need to, but I haven't seen it. I know the premise. I just haven't watched the movie. Um, Also from the set of random movies, The Skeleton Key. Heard good things. Want to check it out. Haven't gotten around to it though. But I've heard it's a pretty good movie. And the funny part is it actually says on the back one of the best twists since The Sixth Sense. So who knows? I guess we'll have to check it out. But that's kind of cool that it said that right after that. Next is Sky High. This was a really fun Disney movie about like superheroes going to high school, learning what their powers are. Just really fun movie. I always have a good time watching this. I liked it. Next is Skyfall, a James Bond movie. I've said before I've only seen like one or two James Bond movies. I've seen one full one and I think parts of another one. And this is not one of the ones I've seen. I have at least one James Bond film from every actor who's played him. And I think I have all of the Daniel Craig ones. But I haven't seen this one. I need to start watching James Bond because I like the one that I did watch. Slender Man. This is one I wanted to see in theaters and didn't. And then I heard that people talking bad about it and people were saying that it was a bad movie and stuff. So I picked it up wanting to watch it and just haven't gotten around to it yet. But who knows? Maybe for Halloween this year or something I'll check that out because it's one I did want to see. This next one is Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe Origins. This was a good movie. Compared to some of the other G.I. Joe movies we've had, I really like this. You know, I don't know about the G.I. Joe stuff and Origins, and I don't know how accurate this was to those things, but for a movie, like by itself, having not watched all the G.I. Joe movies and stuff, this was a pretty good movie. I had fun with it at least. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I did, so whatever. Next is The Snarling. This was another one I got at Dollar Tree. It's about like a werewolf. Haven't seen it though. But they sell a lot of, horror related stuff on DVD around Halloween, obviously. And I pick them up to watch them, especially because they're cheap, and I just haven't yet. Next is the Sniper 6 movie collection. I have not seen any of these. But they're like war movies about a guy who's a sniper. So I'll probably watch these at some point, but who knows? I say that about a lot of stuff. Next is The Snowman with Michael Fassbender. Sounded kind of cool when I saw it. It's directed by, or executive produced by, Martin Scorsese, and it seemed interesting. I think he's like he being Michael Fassbender, I think he's like a serial killer or something, or he's tracking down a serial killer who's killing people in mountains or something, and people are looking for him and stuff. So it sounded kind of neat. So I picked it up and just haven't watched it. Next is Snowpiercer, the first season. I picked this up because I wanted to watch it. I've heard great things about Snowpiercer, and I haven't gotten around to watching this yet, but let me know in the comments if you watched this and what you thought of it, because I've heard good things, and I do want to check this out, and it does seem like a cool show to watch. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Next is The Social Network. Another one I've heard good things about, and I've wanted to watch for a long time, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but that's one I definitely will check out. It is on my list of ones to watch. Next, I have, earlier when I was talking about those cheesy shark movies, here you go. Here's a Shark Attack 3-pack. Sharkenstein, Raiders of the Lost Shark, and Shark Exorcist. Cheesy shark movies. What can I say? I like cheesy shark movies. Shark Battlefield. This is a documentary, again, on sharks. Kind of. Yeah, so they just basically take you under under the water and show you sharks and stuff. Really good though. That one's not a cheesy shark movie. Shark Night, one of the weirdest concepts for a shark movie. This guy is kidnapping people and feeding them to sharks so that he can get a spot on Shark Week, where people will be talking about him on Shark Week, and they'll do a film about him or something. He wants to get on Shark Week, so he kidnaps people and feeds them to sharks. I mean, heck, I'd like to be on Shark Week, but I'm not gonna do that. That's a little overkill, dude. Shark Tale. I had fun with this, and it's DreamWorks, so I picked it up from my DreamWorks collection. But I have seen this. I remember liking it. I haven't rewatched it in a while, but I do remember liking it. Speaking of Shark Week, here we go. Shark Week. This is basically just a bunch of clips pulled from Shark Week of 2014, I think. And they just put them all on DVD, like the fan favorite episodes and stuff. So 13 episodes from Shark Week. So that's kind of cool. And Shark Week is my favorite week of the year. I even did a thing on the channel about Shark Week. So if you're into sharks, check out Shark Week on what is it, Discovery Channel, I think. That does it. I forget, but I'll know when Shark Week comes up. But I try and watch it every year if I can, and if not, I'll just record them and watch them later. Next, I have a 2-pack of Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. I've seen Shawshank Redemption. Really great movie. Really enjoyed Shawshank Redemption. I have not seen Green Mile yet, and I probably should because I've heard it's also good. Next is Shazam. I did not watch this. I've heard good things, but I'm kind of skeptical to watch this, mostly because it's a DC film. I liked Aquaman, I liked Wonder Woman. This one didn't seem interesting, but I heard people say it could possibly be one of the best DC films. So I've been picking up these DC films to try to watch them, to give them a chance, but I don't know if it's going to help. Next is the Sherlock Holmes double feature. This is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and the Scarlet Claw. This has Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce as Holmes and Watson. Basil Rathbone is a great Sherlock Holmes. I have this whole series, which I showed in part 1, I think, of my DVD collection, that has a bunch that he's in. He's one of my favorites. I don't know, just something about him. But yeah, I have not watched these two yet. I don't think, unless they were part of that set that I watched, but I don't remember the names of the episodes or the movies. Next is The Shining, classic. I have actually seen this. I know I said in my last one I haven't watched it. I have watched this since my last one. Classic, and Dr. Sleep, just as good. And this has one of those Warner Brothers numbered slipcovers, so that was kind of cool. But classic, Stephen King, great movie. Next is Short Circuit 2. Don't know why I have the second one and not the first one. I do remember seeing this and being confused because I didn't watch the first one. Shrek, really fun movie from DreamWorks. Probably the only Shrek that I actually enjoy. And because, you can't beat the original. And then Shrek 2, which I picked up basically just for the DreamWorks collection. I don't have, is there 4 now? I think there's 4, right? I haven't seen the other 2, 1 or 2, however many there are. I think there's 4. And I don't have them, but I've seen parts of this and just kind of got bored with it. Next is Shutter Island. This came in that set of random movies. Haven't watched this. Heard it's really good though, and I do want to check this out. I know DiCaprio's in it, obviously. Ben Kingsley, I think, is in this. Yeah, so I do want to check this one out, just haven't gotten around to it. Siberia, Keanu Reeves, sounded interesting. Another one I do want to check out, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So I'll have to watch this, but let me know if you've seen this. Alright, so next is Soul. from Pixar. I did watch this. Really good movie. I like the concept of this. It didn't only have to do with soul music, but also souls themselves. And it was basically showing how when people die, their soul leaves their body and then ends up in another body. And so, they basically bring people to life. So souls are recycled is basically what it was saying. Really good movie, though. Really good Pixar film. Next is Soul Surfer. I don't know how accurate it was to the true story of Bethany Hamilton, but still a really good movie. Really enjoyed this, and it really shows, what people go through during a shark attack, obviously. And the fact that she kept going after she was attacked by a shark. Space Jam, the original. Have not seen this. Probably should, but haven't. And I didn't watch the new one with LeBron James. Next is Spectre. Have not seen this one. Again, only seen 2 James Bond films, but another Daniel Craig one. Probably watch it at some point, but who knows. These next 3 I have seen. Spider-Man. Well, next 3 I've seen. Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2. I actually like Spider-Man 2 better than Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3 we can throw out the window. I have Spider-Man 3 on Blu-ray, so that's why it's not here. But I like both of those. And then this one, probably my favorite Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I didn't watch this at first when it came out in theaters because it didn't look like something I would care about. And then I heard good things about it, so I picked it up. Went into it, I was like, whatever. And then I watched it, and this ended up being one of the best Spider-Man movies I've ever watched. I mean, this was just, for being an animated movie, this was a great film. And I have all the newer Spider-Mans on Blu-ray, so you'll see those, Far From Home, No Way Home. Well, I don't have No Way Home yet, obviously. But Far From Home and Homecoming on Blu-ray. Spider-Man, the animated series, High Voltage Villains. Haven't watched this. I just picked it up because it was Spider-Man. It's an animated Spider-Man one. Next is a 3-pack. Spiderweb Chronicles, A Series of Unfortunate Events, and Hugo. I've seen Series of Unfortunate Events. Haven't seen the other 2. I just picked it up because it was a 3-pack. Who knows? Maybe I'll watch the other 2. Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. One of my favorite movies. I watch this all the time on VHS. So I picked it up on DVD because I do remember liking it. And it's DreamWorks, so it goes good with the DreamWorks collection. But it was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature for 2002. So, really great film. About a horse and a guy that, trains the horse. So, really good movie. Next is SpongeBob SquarePants, the first 100 episodes. How can you go wrong with SpongeBob? If you haven't watched anything SpongeBob, go do so. This is a great series. I don't care how old you are. SpongeBob is hilarious. The SpongeBob 2 movie collection, so it's got Sponge Out of Water and the SpongeBob SquarePants movies. I've seen both of these. I actually like the SpongeBob SquarePants movie more than I like Sponge Out of Water, but that's just me. But again, how can you go wrong with SpongeBob? Next is Spy Kids 2 and Spy Kids 3 in 3D. I don't have the first one on DVD. We had it on VHS, but I don't have it on DVD. I always, for some reason, like the second one better. And the third one, whatever. But the second one's always been my favorite. I don't know, maybe it's just because there's an island full of random mysterious creatures and sword fights with skeletons. I don't know, maybe that's why. But I always liked this one. This one, whatever. But I don't have the first one. I don't know why I don't have the first one on DVD, but I guess I just bought the other 2 and just never got the first one. Next is The Spy Who Loved Me. This is Roger Moore as James Bond. I said I had at least one from everybody. Haven't watched this one yet. This next one came in that set of random movies, St. Elmo's Fire. Heard people talk about it. Don't know much about it. Haven't watched it. So a lot of big named actors in it though. Stan Lee and Kevin Smith Save the World. This is basically a couple different like things with Stan Lee and Kevin Smith. So really cool. I haven't watched all of that, but I've watched some of it. Next is The Stand from Stephen King. I watched this. This was a weird one. I didn't really understand what was happening, but whatever. Stephen King's a weird dude. Next is Star Trek. This is the 2009 one? Yeah, 2009 one with Chris Pine. Chris Pine, not Prine, Pine. Directed by J.J. Abrams. Haven't watched this. Not a huge Star Trek fan. I just picked it up because I figured I'd check it out just to see. Maybe I'll get into Star Trek. I just haven't wanted to watch this yet. I know the newer series of Star Trek people don't like. So I got Star Trek, the original motion picture collection. So it's Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, then Search for Spock, Voyage Home, Final Frontier, and The Undiscovered Country. Again, haven't watched any of these either because I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. And then another copy of the motion picture. Still haven't watched it. Now, speaking of things that I have watched, we get into one of my favorite series of movies ever, and that is Star Wars. So we have Star Wars The Phantom Menace. I don't hate on this as much as some people do. That was Attack of the Clones, if you couldn't figure that out. This movie sucks. I don't really care. I don't know where Revenge of the Sith is, and I have a box set of 4, 5, and 6, so that'll be in my box sets, and then I have the newer ones on Blu-ray. I don't know where Revenge of the Sith is, but next we get into one of my favorite series of all time, the Clone Wars series. So we have the Clone Wars movie, which didn't make any sense, and then of course the series itself. So we got Clone Wars season 1, and I wish they would have kept doing the series like on DVD like this, with like the booklets and stuff. This was like really cool. I wish they would have kept doing this, but then they started doing them like normal DVDs and having them in cases. So here's season 2, season 3, season 4 doesn't even have a slipcover, which I need to get one for that. Season 5, and then of course the Lost Missions, which was part of season 6 that they aired on TV before they took the show off TV. Oh, well, I guess here's Revenge of the Sith because they're in order. Duh. So here's Revenge of the Sith. My favorite of the prequels. I'll say that. Better than Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace, but heck, stubbing your toe on a coffee table is better than Attack of the Clones. So, yeah, there's Revenge of the Sith. Then the Rebels movie. Rebels season 1. Rebels season 2. And Rebels season 3. I have season 4 on Blu-ray. And then Star Wars Resistance season 1, which I haven't watched. I haven't really heard anybody talk about this either, but I picked it up because it's Star Wars. And I think, does Captain Phasma make her first appearance in this? I think so. Yeah, because Poe is in this, and BB-8. So Captain Phasma, I think, is also in this, which is kind of cool. Well, obviously not her first appearance because she was in Force Awakens, but this would be where she was introduced. But I haven't seen this yet. I need to check that one out. Ewok Adventures, I have seen both of these. The Caravan of Courage and Battle of Endor, or Battle for Endor. These are weird, but they focus on the Ewoks. I have seen both of those though. And then the Story of Star Wars, which is basically it's like a bonus thing where they talk about like behind the scenes stuff, and it's hosted by C3PO and R2, so that's kind of cool. And then, like I said, I have the rest of them in box set or on Blu-ray. This next one, weird story. I had ordered another movie, and they sent me this instead, and I still didn't get the other movie, so I just kept this instead of sending it back because it's another thing. But they sent me the complete series of Starsky and Hutch, and that's not what I wanted to order. So I don't know how I got this or why, but I kept it, and I'll just reorder the other thing that I wanted, I guess, if I still want it. But haven't seen this. Don't know why it was sent to me, but whatever. Next is Stealth. I got this at a collectibles store, and I haven't watched this. It seemed kind of interesting, so I picked it up. Just haven't watched it. It was only like $3. Step Brothers, one of the funniest movies I've ever watched. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I mean, the chemistry that these two have together. How can you not like this movie? Step Brothers was great. Next, I have the Stephen King collection. This has The Stand, The Langoliers, Golden Years, The Dead Zone, Pet Sematary, Silver Bullet, and Graveyard Shift. I've seen The Stand and Pet Sematary, and I have other copies of both of those. Obviously, you saw The Stand already. Pet Sematary was in a previous video. I like Stephen King stuff, even though they're weird sometimes. Next is 15 movies. Steven Seagal. They're not all Steven Seagal films, I found that out. But I haven't watched any of these. It has Ed McBain's 87th Precinct, Ice, The Sweeper, A Father's Revenge, Evasive Action, and The Spy Killer, and then Driven to Kill with Steven Seagal. Another Stephen King set. This is Storm of the Century collection. So it's got Storm of the Century, Hindsight, Deadfall Trail, Watch Me, The Stray, Final Spawn, and Fear Chamber. I haven't watched any of those either, but again, Stephen King, so I picked it up. This next one came in that set of random movies. This is Stranger Than Fiction. Don't know much about it, but Will Ferrell's in it, and Maggie Gyllenhaal, Dustin Hoffman, Queen Latifah, and Emma Thompson. So who knows? Maybe it's a good movie. Next is The Strangers Pray at Night. Haven't watched this. I didn't see the first Strangers movie. I just picked it up because it was a horror movie. Just haven't watched it yet. 2-pack of Stuart Little and Stuart Little 2. I saw the first one. Don't remember if I saw the second one. I don't think I did. I like the first one. It's a fun movie about a mouse that goes on an adventure. And then this next one came in that set of random movies. That's Superbad. I've heard mixed things on it, so I don't know if I'll ever watch it or not, but hey, you never know. Next we have Superman Batman Apocalypse. I just picked this up because it was an animated DC thing, and I haven't watched this. I don't know. I figured I'd check it out. I haven't yet, but hey. Surf's Up. This one I did watch. I do remember enjoying this. Haven't rewatched it recently, but I do remember liking this. Next is a wrestling one. This is Survivor Series 2005. Really good pay-per-view here. Tag. I have not seen this. I've heard it's a fun movie, so these guys basically were playing a game of tag for like 40 years or something like that. So I'll have to check this one out. I heard it was really fun. These next two, I have seen both of these. That's Taken and Taken 2. Again, Liam Neeson, haven't had a movie I haven't liked. I have Taken 3 on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet, so who knows, maybe that'll be the first one because I've heard bad things about it. But I didn't mind Taken 2. Taken was good, but Taken 2, not too bad though, but I still didn't hate it. Next is The Tale of Despero. Another one that I remember liking when I watched it, and I picked it up, and I haven't rewatched it, but I do remember liking that. Was there a book about it or something? There might have been. Talladega Nights, Will Ferrell, another funny one. It's been a while since I've seen this, so I don't really remember much about it, but I have seen this. But of course, Will Ferrell. It's gonna be a funny movie. Tangled, Disney movie. I have seen this. I really like Tangled, and it's probably one of my favorite Disney movies. I don't know why. It's just something about it. But yeah, really good Disney movie. The complete series of Teen Titans. One of my favorite series when it was on Cartoon Network, and they made that new version of it and stuff, and I just kind of fell out of it. But this was one of my favorite series. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live action one from 2014, I think. Haven't seen this. Heard it sucked, so I probably won't watch it. This next one I got at a collectibles store. This is the Telltale Heart and Chiller. So you have Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart, a book that I read. I haven't watched this though, so I wonder if it's similar. And then of course Wes Craven's Chiller. I want to check out both of these. I'm a huge fan of Edgar Allan Poe's books. They're the only books that I willingly read, and I did a whole report on Edgar Allan Poe and stuff. And I watched The Raven, which was Edgar Allan Poe solving murders based on his books, which was really cool. But I haven't watched either one of these. Only one of them is Edgar Allan Poe, though. Next is the Ten Commandments. This has two versions of it. This is the 1956 Academy Award winning classic, and then of course the 1923 silent film. Haven't seen either one of these. I think they had this in theaters at one point, and there was an intermission because the thing is long, but I haven't seen it, so I just picked it up to watch it. It has this really cool case. It opens up sideways. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I haven't seen either one of them. Not a huge fan of silent films, so I probably won't watch the original version. But next is the Terminator 2. Sorry, I have the Terminator on Blu-ray. Terminator 2, haven't seen it, and Terminator 3, haven't seen. I just picked these up because they were part of the Terminator series. I wanted to start watching those and get into them. I watched the first one, really liked it, but I've heard bad things about those, so I've just been hesitant to watch the rest of them. That's the worst. This is a Tim Hawkins comedy show that he put on DVD. Tim Hawkins is a Christian comedian, the funniest comedian I think I've ever seen. Dude's hilarious. He can sing. He can, obviously he's a comedian, so he's really talented. If you haven't checked out his stuff, definitely go do it. Really fun stuff. That's What I Am. I haven't seen this. I've heard it was okay, but I haven't watched it. The Theory of Everything. I picked this up because Eddie Redmayne won an Oscar for Best Actor for playing Stephen Hawking, and Felicity Jones is in it. I haven't watched it though. I've heard it's really good, so I need to check this out. Next, we get into some MCU films. So we have Thor and Thor Ragnarok. I have The Dark World, unfortunately. I have it on Blu-ray. The Dark World sucks. Thor it wasn't bad. Ragnarok was kind of fun. Neither one of those is my favorite film in the MCU, but neither one of those is my least favorite film in the MCU. Next, we have some more comedy stuff. So we have Thou Shalt Laugh 1 through 4, and then Thou Shalt Laugh 5. These are, again, like Christian or clean comedy things. Some of these are really funny. The Three Stooges collection. This has a couple different things on it. So I never watched the Three Stooges. I just kind of picked it up to see what it was like, and I just haven't watched it yet. Next is Tim Lovelace, Living in a Coffee World. Another clean comedian. Pretty funny. I like comedies, if you haven't been able to tell. I don't care. I honestly don't. I've never gotten into Titanic, and I'm sorry. I picked it up. I don't know why I picked it up, but I did, and so I have it. I can't stand Titanic. I'm sorry. For anybody that likes Titanic, good for you. I don't. Here's a wrestling one, TLC pay-per-view from 2016. I haven't watched that. I mean, I watched it when it was on TV, but I haven't watched it since. TMNT, the animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Haven't watched this either. To Kill a Mockingbird, the 50th anniversary edition. I never read this book. I never had to. I never watched the movie, but Gregory Peck won an Oscar for this, so I picked it up to watch it. I just haven't. Next is The Toll. I found this at Dollar Tree. It sounded kind of interesting, like a unique kind of horror movie and stuff. And again, haven't watched it. The Tom and Jerry Deluxe Anniversary Collection, 2 discs, 30 episodes on 2 discs. I've seen some Tom and Jerry stuff, really funny, classic, animation and stuff about a cat and a mouse, so really fun. And then Tom and Jerry's Giant Adventure original movie. Haven't watched this. I just picked it up because it was Tom and Jerry, but who knows. I think they just made a new one too, didn't they, in theaters? Tommy Boy, another one I haven't seen that I probably should. Chris Farley, David Spade. Heard it was really funny. Definitely need to check that one out. This one I have seen, Tooth Fairy, Dwayne Johnson. I guess now technically it's a Disney movie. It was Fox. I was gonna say Disney, but it wasn't. But now it technically is. But still, really fun movie. Dwayne Johnson plays the Tooth Fairy. You never thought you'd hear that, did you? Top Gun, classic. Really fun movie. I hadn't watched this for the longest time, and then when I did, I really enjoyed this, so I'm glad I watched it. Tortured for Christ. I don't know what this is. I think this is just basically about people who were basically being persecuted because they were followers of Christ or something like that. I had a reason to pick it up when I did. I just don't remember what it was. But if that's what it's about, I'll probably watch it. Total Recall. I haven't watched this. I don't even know. Really, I think this might have came in that set of random movies because I don't know. I haven't really heard anybody talk about it either. Isn't there? I don't think this is. Wasn't there multiple? I don't think this was the original one. This next one is another wrestling one. This is Tournament of Death 9 from CZW. It was just another wrestling one that I picked up. So, yeah. Next is Tower of the Firstborn. This definitely came in that set of random movies, so I have no clue what this is. I had never even heard of this. I didn't know this was a movie. And, yeah, so there's that. This next one I picked up at Dollar Tree. Again, I do a lot of shopping at Dollar Tree because movies are cheap and fun, and I don't watch any of them. But they're cheap movies. Toxin. This seemed interesting. Basically, I guess there's this toxin in the air and stuff, and it's turning people into zombies or something. Next is 4 of my favorite Pixar films, the Toy Story movies, and Toy Story, classic. Toy Story 2, even better. Toy Story 3, even better in my opinion, and I don't care. And Toy Story 4, not bad. I love all 4 of them. I really do. But I like Toy Story 3 better than the first 2. Toy Story 4, it's still good, just not my favorite. Next is Tracy and Hepburn, the definitive collection. This has a bunch of movies with Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy, including a tribute to Katharine Hepburn from Spencer Tracy. Haven't seen any of these, but classic movies, 2 classic actors, or actor and actress. And it was pretty cheap when I bought it, so I picked it up and just haven't gotten around to watching any of them yet. Next is the Transformers collection. I have the first one somewhere. I don't know where it is. But this is Revenge of the Fallen. And then Dark of the Moon and Age of Extinction, whatever. The first two were good though, and then Transformers: The Last Night. Next is The Transporter with Jason Statham. Really good movie. I think they made 3 of these. Really good movie. I like this slipcover. I like these ones that Fox did. These like cool, like different design slipcovers and stuff. Those were pretty cool. I have a couple like this, but really good movie. I didn't obviously watch it at first. I just found it one day and watched it. I was like, hey, cool movie. Trauma Center, Bruce Willis. Haven't seen this. Heard it was good. Want to check it out. Probably should, especially now with everything going on with Bruce Willis. But yeah, since he's done acting and stuff. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, Humphrey Bogart. I picked this up because I haven't really seen anything of Humphrey Bogart's, and I know he's won 2 Academy Awards. I think one of them was for this. So I picked this up to watch it. I still haven't. Another wrestling one. This is Tribute to the Troops. The first one they did where they basically went to Afghanistan, I think, and had the American soldiers come and watch wrestling, which was really cool. It was a great idea. Next is Troy. This was a fun movie. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I didn't mind it. I watched it actually like way before I even got it on DVD. I watched it on DVD and then I found it. I was like, I remember liking it. I'll pick it up. I haven't rewatched it since then, but Turbo I have not seen. I picked this up because it's DreamWorks. Again, I'm trying to collect all the DreamWorks movies and all the Disney and all Liam Neeson and Samuel Jackson. I got a bunch of collections I'm working on, so I got a bunch of movies that I'm trying to collect, but I haven't seen this. Next is Turtle Odyssey, Bungie's Big Adventure. This basically follows a sea turtle, and it's narrated by Russell Crowe. That's kind of cool. This next one came in that set of random movies. Can't you tell? Because I would have never freaking bought this. Twilight. I don't care. I honestly could care less. This next one's a wrestling one. Twist of Fate, the Matt and Jeff Hardy story. These 2 brothers are wrestlers. And it's basically just some of their greatest matches. Really cool set. This next one came in that set also of random movies. 2 brothers about 2 tiger cubs. I need to watch this because it seems interesting. I just haven't yet. But Underdog, I have seen this. It's been forever since I've seen it, but I have seen this. And it's a Disney movie, so it works for that. Next is a couple more wrestling ones. This is Undertaker's Deadliest Matches and Undertaker: The Last Ride. These are both documentaries on The Undertaker. One of, if not the greatest wrestler of all time. Unhinged. Haven't watched this. Found this for cheap. Russell Crowe. Figured I'd check it out. Still haven't. But another one I've heard mixed things on. Unsane. I wanted to see this in theaters. Didn't get around to it. Still haven't watched it. But let me know what you guys thought if you've seen this. If it was good. Because I've heard mixed things on it. I heard some people say it was really good. And some people say it was really bad. V for Vendetta also came in that set of random movies. Heard good things. Need to check this one out because it is one that I've had on my list to check out, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. VFW. This one seemed interesting. Stephen Lang. I picked it up because of that, and I haven't watched it yet. But it's basically these people. I guess people like attack a VFW or something, and like they're trying to rob the VFW or something, and these guys who work there or something are trying to defend it. So kind of a cool concept for a movie, and Stephen Lang did a great job in Don't Breathe, so I figured I'd check that out, see what else he's doing. Vanquish. This one I had never even heard of, and I think it came out recently. Yeah, 2021. I didn't even hear this with Morgan Freeman, but it sounded cool, so I picked it up. I don't know much about it, so let me know if you've seen that one. Next is just a random one I found at Walmart. Sounded kind of cool. Picked it up. Didn't watch it. The very excellent Mr. Dundee. I guess it's about like Crocodile Dundee or something. Haven't watched it. This next one came in that set. Well, these next 4 came in that set of random movies. Vicky Cristina Barcelona, The Village from M. Night Shyamalan. This one seems interesting. I'll probably check that one out. The Vow and Waking Life. I had never heard of either one of those. But I kept them because I'll probably watch them at some point. Who knows? This next one is another series. I didn't get into it right away. Heard people talking about it, kind of knew what was going to happen. Never read the comics and or the books or anything, and just recently got into it, and we binged the first 10 seasons so we could watch the new one. Haven't started watching the new season yet, so please don't spoil anything for us. But we did watch the first 10 seasons, and that is, of course, The Walking Dead. So we have the first season, season 2, 3. Season 4 I have in a box set with like a key and stuff, so you'll see that in the next one. I do have season 4. You'll see that when I show my box sets. Season 5, 6, 7. I really like this slipcover with Negan with Lucille. I think that's when Negan popped up. End of 6 into season 7. 8, season 9. Another really cool slipcover. And then season 10. Again, please don't spoil season 11 for us if you started watching that, because we have not started watching it yet. But next is Walking with Dinosaurs. It's been forever since I've seen this, but I do remember liking it. WALL-E, probably my favorite Pixar movie right after Up. Really, really good movie about the impact people had on Earth, and this machine has to stay there, and then it shows what people are doing in space, because we can't live on Earth because of the stuff we did to it. So it's kind of a cool concept, and it's probably coming true. Wanted Dead or Alive, 13 features. That's what it has in it. I don't know. Probably can't read that, but whatever. But it's basically like some westerns and stuff. Some of them are John Wayne, so there's a couple different. I think most of them are John Wayne, actually. They might all be John Wayne. But yeah. War for the Planet of the Apes. My least favorite of the new Planet of the Apes movies, I think. But still a good movie. I didn't hate on it as much as some other people did. It definitely goes Dawn, Rise, War. But still a good movie. If you haven't checked out the new trilogy of Planet of the Apes, please do so, because they are really great movies. This next one's another wrestling one. This is War Games, WCW matches. 2 rings, 2 steel cages, 2 teams. Really cool. War of the Worlds. I wanted to like this. I really did. It's been forever since I've seen it. Maybe if I rewatch it now, it'll get better, but I don't remember liking that at all. War Room. Really good Christian movie about this lady who basically teaches another person that, like, whenever you're going through something, just go do like a Bible study away from everything else, forget about it, and just talk with God and stuff. And it was a really cool, really, really good movie. So if you're into those like religious types of movies, check that one out. Next one came in that set of random movies. This is Watchmen. I know a lot of people like this. I've just never seen it. Next one I got at, I think, Dollar General, I believe. Either that or Walmart. It's The Wave. It's got a lenticular slipcover. I guess it's basically a disaster film. Like a tsunami or a giant wave is like, destroying wherever this takes place. I don't know. It's an oil company, but it doesn't really say where it is. I'm into these like disaster films and stuff, but I haven't watched that one yet. This one came in that set. Wedding Crashers. Need to watch this. I've heard it was funny. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. I watched this on Disney Channel. I had a good time with it, so I bought it on DVD. Haven't rewatched it since I got it on DVD, but I had a good time with it. It was a Disney Channel original movie. I thought it was fun. Westworld. I need to get into this series because I've heard good things about this. Um, I know a lot of people like this. I just never started watching it, so hopefully I'll like it if I start watching it. Uh, what would Jesus do? My grandma gave me this. I haven't watched it yet, but I guess it's basically just to, it follows these people and stuff, and I guess in different situations or something like that. So I'll have to watch this. What's New Scooby-Doo? 21 TV episodes of the series What's New Scooby-Doo. So I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan, and it's got a cool slipcover. So yeah, because it's different than the case itself, which I like when they do that, when the slipcover isn't the same image as on the case itself. But I picked that up. I haven't started watching that. I mean, I watched it when it was on TV, but I haven't watched it on DVD. Wild Hogs. This was a fun movie. John Travolta, Tim Allen, Martin Lawrence, William H. Macy. This was a fun movie. Next is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I like this one better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I'll tell you that. But still, really, it's a weird concept for a movie, or even for a book. If you haven't seen it, why? And if you have, you know what I'm talking about. This next one is Wind River. Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen. This was a good movie. I had never heard of this, and then I was watching something on YouTube, and somebody had mentioned this, and I was like, maybe I'll check it out. So I checked it out, and it was actually a pretty good movie. So Elizabeth Olsen is a sheriff or a cop of some kind, and Jeremy Renner is like a local hunter or something, and the daughter of one of his friends or somebody that he knows ends up dead, and so he helps Elizabeth Olsen investigate the crime. So really cool, really good movie. Definitely check that one out if you haven't. Next came in that set of random movies, Witless Protection, Larry the Cable Guy, and Jenny McCarthy. Okay. Next is The Wizard of Oz. This is one of those Warner Brothers numbered cases. Classic. I have seen Wizard of Oz. If you haven't seen Wizard of Oz, I don't know why. But classic movie, and it has one of those cool slip covers, so that's why I picked that up. This next one I got for real cheap. Another Disney Channel original movie, Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie. This was one of my favorite series on Disney Channel. So when I found, and I did watch this on Disney Channel, this movie. I mean, so when I saw this on DVD, I was like, why not? I'll pick it up. And so I picked it up. I haven't rewatched it, but I picked it up. The next one I have is Wolverine and the X-Men. This is an animated one. I haven't seen this. I don't know why I have this. Next is the Wolverine 2 movie collections. This is X-Men Origins Wolverine and The Wolverine. I didn't hate X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't know why so many people hate on it. I get compared to the rest of the X-Men movies, it wasn't that great, but I still had a fun time with it. I think Liev Schreiber did a great job as Sabretooth, so I'm not gonna hate on it because I liked it. Now, The Wolverine, I can see why you hate on it, because I didn't enjoy that one either. But X-Men Origins Wolverine, stop hating on it. It's not that bad of a movie, okay? But I like the slipcover too. And of course, Logan, which I showed in a previous video, one of the best X-Men movies, if not the best. Well, it definitely is the best. But Woodlawn, this is based on a football team from Woodlawn High School, and they become like Christians and stuff, and so really good movie. Sean Astin, Sherry Shepard, John Voight, really good movie, and I think it's based on a true story. Walking Dead World Beyond Season 1. Haven't started watching this, so please don't spoil it. If you have watched it, we do need to watch this, though, because we're watching Fear the Walking Dead. We need to start watching this, too. I don't know how many seasons there were of that one. Next is Wreck-It Ralph. I have not seen this, actually. I probably should, because I've heard it was really good. These next couple are some wrestling ones. So these are WrestleManias. We have WrestleMania 22, 23, 26, and probably 30, 31. Whatever. I don't know. I can't math. I don't care. Whatever the 2017 one was. And then we get into the X-Men movies. We have X-Men. Not bad. This is X-Men 1.5, which is basically just X-Men with a few extra things. X-Men 2. I kind of like that one better than X-Men. X-Men The Last Stand. Who cares? The X-Men 3-pack with First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse. And Dark Phoenix, which I didn't hate. I don't know why everybody hated on it. It wasn't great, but I didn't hate it. Triple X. This came in that set of random movies. I have no clue. I mean, I've heard of it. I just don't know what it's about. Yellowstone Season 1. I picked this up. My dad started watching this show on TV, and he told me I would probably like it. So I picked up Season 1. I haven't watched it yet. This one came in that set of random movies. This is You, Me, and Dupree. I don't know. Next is another one of my favorite TV series. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! I still play the card game, so I like it. I don't care. This is Season 1, Volume 1, Season 1, Volume 2, Season 2, Volume 1, Season 2, Volume 2, and the complete Season 3. Season 4, Volume 1, Season 5, Volume 3. I know that's a random one. I just need to buy the complete series in the set and just have it there so I don't have to keep buying them. But I just bought them as I found them. Then Bonds Beyond Time, Capsule Monsters, Dark Side of Dimensions, and Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. I have watched every single one of those. Again, huge fan of the series and the card game. Next is Zack Snyder's Justice League. I didn't watch the original version of Justice League, and I heard it was crap. This one was pretty good, though, with all the stuff. It was long, and I don't know what was changed because I didn't watch the original one, but this one was pretty good. It was the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Zero Dark 30. Heard good things, picked it up to watch it. Haven't yet. Another one I've heard good things about. Zodiac. 3 MCU actors. Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr., and Jake Gyllenhaal. About the Zodiac Killer. I haven't watched this yet. Zombieland. Another one I haven't watched, but heard it was fun. Zootopia. I have seen this one. This was a fun Disney movie. Check that one out if you haven't. 222. See, we're into the numbers now if you haven't noticed. 222. This, I don't know. It seemed interesting. I would assume 222 is a time. But it seemed interesting. It was, I think, Dollar Tree or something, or Dollar General, whatever. So I picked it up. Haven't watched it yet. 3 Days to Kill. Haven't watched that yet. 3:10 to Yuma. This came in that set of random movies. I have seen this. It's been a while, but I've seen that. This is the one with Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. I think they made an original one way back when, but whatever. 9. This has one of those glow-in-the-dark slip covers. I didn't really care to watch this, and then I watched it. Pretty good movie. This guy basically makes these dolls, and then it somehow puts entities into these dolls, and he ends up getting killed during a war or something, and so these dolls come to life. Pretty good movie, though. 10 Minutes Gone. I haven't seen this. Bruce Willis and Michael Chiklis. Sounded cool. I need to watch this. Tenth Kingdom. I forget who gave me this. This was kind of neat though. I started watching this. Basically, these people from like 9 different kingdoms end up coming together and stuff. So that's kind of cool. 11-11-11, The Prophecy. Found it at Dollar Tree. Sounded cool. Picked it up. Haven't watched it. 12 Rounds I have seen. I think this was the first John Cena film I watched. Really good movie. They made 2 other ones, I think. I have the second one on Blu-ray. I never watched it though. I heard it was bad. 17 again. I watched this a while ago. Don't remember much about it though. So I don't know why I have it. 21 Bridges. I need to watch this just for Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, I haven't watched this yet. I heard it was good though, and I do want to check it out. 2-pack of 21 and 22 Jump Street. Another one, well, another 2 that I haven't watched. 28 Days Later. I need to watch this. I've heard people say this is a good movie. I need to watch this. I need to put a reminder somewhere and remind myself to watch that. 30 Days of Night. I never really heard of this. I found this at Dollar Tree, I think. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, something. So I picked it up because it was cheap. And I haven't watched it yet. Here's a Nicolas Cage one. This is 2-11. He's a cop, I think. Yeah. Sounded interesting. Cool slipcover. Just haven't watched it yet. Again, not a huge fan of Nicolas Cage, but, you know. 300, I have seen this. This was a great movie. And then I have 300 Rise of an Empire. I think, is it Rise of an Empire? I think so. On Blu-ray, so you'll see that in the next one. This one came in that set of random movies. 500 Days of Summer. I have no clue. I honestly don't even know what this is about. But it came in that set of movies, and I'm not going to get rid of it. 1066, The Battle for Middle-earth. Found this at Dollar Tree. Sounded interesting. It's like one of those like soldier, knights movies. So I picked it up. I haven't watched it yet. 1408. Really good movie. John Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson. Of course, based on a book by Stephen King. I watched one ending of this. I think, isn't there 2 endings? I think there's multiple endings of this. The one I watched was really good though. So I'll have to go back in and watch the alternate ending. If it's on here. I think it's on here. I think it has both. But really good movie. If you haven't seen this one, definitely check it out. Samuel L. Jackson plays a hotel manager, and John Cusack is a ghost hunter. And he comes to this hotel and stays in room 1408 where people were dying. And things start happening. And so, yeah, definitely check that one out. 1917, another one I wanted to see in theaters. Didn't get around to it. Still haven't watched it, but heard good things. So I'll definitely check that one out at some point. This next one I found at Dollar Tree. 2,000 Years of Christianity. It's basically just a bunch of stories and stuff about Christianity and stuff. So that's kind of cool. 2001, A Space Odyssey. One of those numbered slipcovers from Warner Brothers. I know this is a classic, and I know a lot of people love this movie, but I don't know why. I was bored out of my mind watching this movie. It was slow. There's chimps with a giant black, block that falls from the sky, which I guess is supposed to represent evolution, and the monkeys learn things from this block and evolution and crap. I don't know. It was slow, and I was bored. Whatever. You guys can like it if you want to, but I couldn't. I watched the whole thing, but it was slow and boring. I fast-forwarded through some parts. 2012, really good disaster film. Not that I ever want any of this to happen, but still, really good film. I remember this was a big thing, and they had made this movie. And it came out in 2010 because people were saying the world was going to end in 2012. Hey, it's 10 years later and it's still here. But still, John Cusack. So, really good movie. And then the final one here is 10,000 BC. I picked this up because I've heard mixed things on it. I wanted to check it out. I still haven't, so I need to watch that one too. So anyways, guys, there you go. That's it for part 5 of my updated DVD and Blu-ray collection. That is all my movies, well, all my DVDs. In the next part, you will see my Blu-rays and my box sets of movies, which I don't have that many of. Box sets, at least. Blu-rays I have a good amount of, so it might not be as long a video in the next one. So stay tuned for that, and if you haven't already, go check out the first 4 parts. And if you want to watch them, they are in alphabetical order, so just figure out where, if you want to see specific movies or something. Stay tuned for what else we got going on this channel, and stay tuned for the next one when I show off my Blu-rays and box sets. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure you leave a comment, comment on some of these that maybe you've seen that I haven't, or just anything, your thoughts on movies that you've seen, or just whatever. Just comment whatever you want. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and remember, leave the scumbaggery at home, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe.